So will Matt Hardy be deleted from the WWE roster? Or will he bring back his broken brilliance for the WWE Universe to enjoy? WrestlingNews.co is reporting his contract is set to expire soon, sometime before WrestleMania, and there have been discussions about a new deal, but the biggest sticking point for Matt is how he will be used going forward. Recently on Raw, he was brought in to lose to Buddy Murphy in a match where Matt came across as an afterthought. Matt and WWE are reportedly not far apart on the financial side of the talks, but he realizes this could be his last contract he signs, wants to make sure he is used in a certain way. For more on this, go to WrestlingNews.co. Adding to the speculation are his recent uploads to his YouTube channel, Matt Hardy brand. It's called Free the Delete, and in these videos, which are the most compelling videos being produced off of TV, we see Matt Hardy struggling with his other side, his broken brilliance, and struggling wanting to go back to his former persona. And again, it's called Free the Delete on YouTube, and it's really the best thing going right now. In episode 1, we see the return of Senior Benjamin, and he's burying Matt Hardy in the forest. And then Broken Matt comes out. So it's Matt Hardy in regular clothes, he gets buried, and then he arises as Broken Matt. And there's all kinds of little hints that the broken character is coming back. And he says, "I will not die." And then the baby Hardy boys wake him up like it's a dream, like that burial didn't happen. And then at the end of that episode, he hears a voice. "You've been led astray from your destined path, my child. Find it and seize it. Free the Delete." So then in episode 2, we see Matt Hardy talking to Broken Matt in the bathroom mirror. "What have you done to us?" Broken Matt says to regular Matt. Then closer to the end of the episode, he sees Broken Matt after he hits his head in the ring. Broken Matt's on the side of the ring playing piano. And it ends with, "Broken Matt, I knew you'd come." And it just keeps getting better. Episode 3, you see the mower of lawns, Skarsgård makes an appearance, and then you see, I think my favorite part, Vanguard 1 and Matt Hardy talking back and forth, and he's pleading with Vanguard 1, "Please transport me back to 2016 when I was the hottest act in the business," and he's pleading, "Come on, come on." At the end of the episode, he's wondering what he can do to reunite himself with his broken half. And then episode 4, he's actually wearing his old dilapidated boat t-shirt that I actually have myself from Pro Wrestling Tees. He talks about he needs to build a reservoir and fill it with water from the Lake of Reincarnation. His friend is there helping him pour the water into the reservoir, and there's 2 buckets left. Matt says, "I only need 1 more bucket in the reservoir." His friend looks at both buckets, and one, you could hear a little girl's voice, and it says, "I'm here, let me in." And so that's the bucket of water that gets dumped in the pool. Then the video ends, we see Matt Hardy falling backwards into the pool. Now there are many theories out there as to what these Free the Delete uploads mean on Matt Hardy's YouTube channel. Is it him preparing for life after WWE? Is he going to go back to the broken persona and bring that persona to the indie scene or the non-WWE scene, possibly AEW? He does have friends there. He really loved working with the Young Bucks right before he went back to WWE with his brother Jeff Hardy. So could we see him go that direction? Or is this all like a plan to bring back the broken character and almost re-debut that character on WWE programming again, and to run with his creative vision, and maybe even work with Bray Wyatt? In fact, there's another YouTuber who proposed that this whole thing with Broken Matt coming back in these Free the Delete videos and the Fiend adding a new face to the Funhouse is connected. And there's a whole theory video that they have up on YouTube. The channel is called C Wrestling UK. Check it out. There might be some truth in it, who knows? Rebby Hardy and Matt Hardy both retweeted the theory video. So we don't know if it has a connection to the Fiend, but there was that little girl in episode 4. The bucket of water was speaking in a girl voice, and it said, "Let me in." And that water was dumped into the pool. And then the theory on YouTube goes into that and what that could mean and why that person thinks that this whole thing is connected to the Fiend. And that very well could be. But I think these videos could have a bigger meaning for Matt. I mean, it really gives him creative freedom to do whatever he wants to do. And honestly, regardless of if he's staying in WWE or bringing this character elsewhere, it doesn't matter. It's some of the most creative and genius storytelling in wrestling today, and it's not even on TV, and that's one of the most impressive parts about it is it's all done on their own accord. Not only Matt, but he does a lot with his wife, Rebby Hardy. She helps film and she's editing all of the videos. It's just, they're truly a power couple behind the scenes. She's got a lot of creativity that people don't realize. She adds a lot to the whole Broken character and the Broken universe. So Matt and Rebby can do whatever they want. They can be as creative as possible. And there's so many little nods to the original Final Deletion. And I'm talking about the Final Deletion version that was released outside of WWE when Matt was still in Impact Wrestling. And that was really one of the most genius things happening at the time. Now, he did have a version of that called the Ultimate Deletion in WWE, and it was good, and as the theory on YouTube references, it had to do with Bray Wyatt, but it was a little bit different. It wasn't exactly the same, and as we all know, the Broken character in WWE isn't able to be called Broken. They've been calling it Woken. However, in these Free the Delete videos, I think it's important to note, he literally says, Broken Matt, I knew you'd come. He doesn't say Woken Matt, and he's saying delete, he's saying Broken Brilliance. So all little key words that he used in the Final Deletion, things that weren't really used as much when he was the Woken character in the Ultimate Deletion. So I think that could be a little hint as well. Maybe he is going elsewhere when his contract expires. Now, Hardy has been tweeting, and the tweets don't make anything any more clear. In fact, Matt replied to a number of tweets this past week, including a tweet referencing his recent appearance on Raw from Scott Fishman that said, "Feel this was a waste of a Matt Hardy surprise return, but nice feather in the cap for Buddy Murphy, defeating a future WWE Hall of Famer." Then Matt Hardy responded and said, "Please don't feel bad for me, Scott. I'm just in a WWE slump as of right now. I can see it probably continuing for a few more weeks in the future, but I'm confident I'll get out of it in a couple months and get my groove back. You can't break a broken vessel." So that might be a hint right there. Maybe he is returning to WWE and he'll come back as the Broken character, or maybe he'll go elsewhere. It's really not very clear which way that tweet points, but either way, he's feeling good about the future, like he can get out of this slump. Then someone else asked Matt Hardy on Twitter, "What are your goals for wrestling in 2020? And he said, "To enter a creative renaissance." I think we're seeing the beginnings of that with all these videos that he's creating on his YouTube channel. And finally, someone said, "Will we see any of the stuff you're doing on your personal channel translate over to Raw?" Matt Hardy said, "I can't honestly answer that. It's ultimately up to the powers that be at WWE if they decide to utilize this badass story I'm telling. I hope they do. I want to return to feeling creatively fulfilled, and Free the Delete is my outlet for that currently." So again, regardless of what happens in Matt Hardy's future, at least right now, we can all enjoy the content he's producing on his own YouTube channel. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend going and checking it out on his channel, Matt Hardy brand. It's delightful! And be sure to keep up with WrestlingNews.co for all of the Matt Hardy developments that may arise in the future, plus any other wrestling news that occurs. Let us know what you think about these Free the Delete videos in the comments below, or find us on social media at Wrestling News Co. Thank you, and I hope you avoid being deleted!